Okay guys, so this is it. This is the Seagull 1963. It is a pilot's chronograph watch, designed rather unsurprisingly in 1963. The watch itself was commissioned by the Chinese Air Force to be given out to its fighter pilots. I understand that the Seagull watch company is actually one of the biggest, if not the biggest watch company in the world. It's been going for quite a while. This particular watch, though, even though it was manufactured by Seagull, it wasn't actually a watch that they created solely themselves. They actually bought the movement from a Swiss company that was going out of business, and they basically replicated it themselves, but obviously changed the dial slightly, obviously branded it with the Chinese red star, and the writing on the dial is obviously in Chinese itself. This is not from 1963, this is a reissue of the watch. From the little research I've done, I understand that it didn't look exactly like this at the time. This is just some of the extra detail that Seagull have included on the watch face itself, to kind of separate it from the original and to update it slightly. What is really beautiful about the watch is basically the finish of it. It's a well put together watch, very solid, really nice movement. The blued hands are really, really lovely. They pop in the light. You get a different kind of sense of the watch in different lights. It doesn't particularly photograph well, unfortunately, but as you should hopefully be able to pick up there, it's kind of a champagne dial, but it almost looks milky in some scenarios. Some people would see it as quite gold, but the markers there are gold themselves. They're very well applied, and as you can see, the track running around the edge is quite intricate. The bluing of the hands is beautiful. I don't believe it's a traditional sort of watchmaking bluing technique where they kind of burn off the metal. I think they are just sort of already pre-blued metallic hands, but they give off the same effect, and they change colour beautifully in the light. And as you can see there, the red seconds hand. Mine is slightly off. As you can see there, it's off by about a millimetre or so, which is slightly annoying, but it doesn't detract me too much from the watch. Sometimes when you stop it, it does stop and return exactly right, so it may need a little bit of an adjustment. The watch itself comes on a green NATO strap. It's an olive colour. It's okay, you know, NATO straps in themselves aren't particularly the best quality things. I didn't like it. I see this watch as a bit more of a... It's more of a dress watch than anything. It's quite a refined looking watch, and I always felt that it would look good on a brown leather strap. I came across this particular one on eBay. It's lizard leather. It says Omega on the back. It says Omega as well. However, shortly after I bought it, the person that I bought it from had their eBay account suspended, potentially for selling dodgy items, so it may not be an actual Omega watch strap, but the quality of it is very good actually. I really like it. I think it looks fantastic on this type of watch. As you can see on the case back here, I actually went for the solid one, which to some people is kind of controversial. A lot of people like these with the moving on display. I'm a bit weird in that sense. I like the aesthetic of a watch and the feel of the watch over the horology side of it. The movements inside are interesting. Obviously, you know, I do understand and like the history of horology and things like that. But for me, because these are things that I wear daily, and I want to enjoy just wearing the watch, I'm not too bothered about looking at how it works internally. I went for the solid case back. You can pay slightly more and get the see-through one. It just wasn't for me. With regards to the watch's movement, it's manual wind. I believe it's a variation on Valjoux. but it's well thought of. A lot of people rate it highly. I'm not actually going to start the watch up today because there's so many videos on this. I just don't think it's worth doing. You've probably already seen all those before, but I just kind of want to talk you through the watch, why I like it, and just give you a bit of a close-up on it. What I'll probably do now is just kind of switch it out for the switch out the watch I'm wearing now for this one, just so you can kind of see what it's like on the wrist. Bear me 1 second. Just going to do a quick changeover. So the watch I'm actually wearing today is a watch that I'm doing a review on at the moment. It is the Steinhardt Ocean 1 vintage military watch. I'll do a quick show of that one there. It is stunning. Again, on the kind of the military theme, but this is the one that I'm going to wear. Bear me 1 second, I'll just do a quick switch over. If I was better at editing, I'd do one of those amusing little a few moments later memes, but I haven't got to that point yet. So here it is on wrist. I think it looks fantastic on that strap. Wears really well. You can see the buckle there. Obviously I know it's a bit weird mixing Omega with Seagull, not brands you would kind of think of in the same breath, but the watch strap itself looks brilliant. As you can see, it wears surprisingly high, but when you wear it, it doesn't feel like it's standing up too much. It's a really light watch to wear. It's just a fantastic watch. I love the dome on it. It's quite a high dome crystal. I actually went with the acrylic one. I know a lot of people would prefer to have I suppose, well, I don't know, maybe people wouldn't prefer to have the glass. I like the fact that it's got the acrylic one because of the fact that that's probably what it would have had originally. Being a military watch, it needs to be robust, and I like the fact that it'll probably age quite nicely. As you may be able to tell from some of the other videos that I've done before or will be doing in the future, I like vintage watches, and this one kind of looks very 60s, and I think with a bit of age it'll feel as if it's fallen out of the 1960s with time, so I kind of went with it for that reason. This isn't a watch I've actually cleaned, so you'll probably be picking up a few smudge marks there. Because it's quite a highly polished case, it does attract finger marks, but it's also very easy to clean as well for that reason. It's a watch that I do use in terms of the chronograph function, so for example in work I like to go on a lot of walks, so sometimes depending if I maybe used gone on a new route at my lunch break, on my walk, I'll time it using the chronograph function just to kind of work out how long it takes to do certain bits or how far I've walked, so I can make sure I get back to work on time later on. So I've used it for that purpose. It is, for me though, as I mentioned before, more of a kind of a, I suppose, like a cocktail party type watch, special occasion watch, but I think it's a really beautiful one at that. So if you have any questions on the watch, let me know. I think I may have already posted a video of me unboxing this before. If not, that might be coming soon. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick run through of the watch. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Any thoughts or feelings about the watch or the video itself, let me know. But as usual, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.